Well, it's graduation season, and San Diego is seeing thousands of students don their caps and gowns to receive their degrees. But what happens after you walk across that stage? Well, Brent Wilsey is here to tell us what the job market is like for recent grads and what they can expect. Brent, thanks for coming in.
Well, you're welcome. Thanks for having me. And we have about nationwide 3.8 million graduates going on. And one thing I was wondering too, well, who's going out? Like how many people are retiring? It's kind of hard to tell that number, but age 65, about 4.1 million people turned age 65 for retirement in 2024. So the nice thing is, it seems to be more people are leaving than coming in.
Yeah,
so
except for you can't retire at 65,
well,
but we're not getting into that. Okay.
We won't get into
That's
that.
a whole other issue.
It's a whole different issue.
So what does the job market look like? If you are a new graduate and you're trying to get a job, what does that look like?
Well, let's talk about, I mean, because we do have the masters, the bachelors, and the associates. So we're talking about all those nationwide. Trade schools is one I wasn't thinking about, but about 1.5 million will graduate from trade schools, and they have a very high successful graduation rate. It's about 98.5%. So that was kind of nice to know. But what they can expect, and this is the thing we're talking beforehand, that I think their expectations are a little bit high. For a master's degree, we looked at the median salary, and that means 50% or below and 50% or above, or half and half. 90,000 if you have a master's degree nationwide. That's what you're looking at. A lot of have bachelor's degree, they can expect 77,000. If you have an associate's degree, 50,000. And if you have a high school diploma, well, you're going to make probably about 42,000 is the average paid, not the average, the median paid across the country. So that's what they can expect as far as what they're going to get earning-wise. Now, the good thing is that we do have about 7.2 million jobs open according to the JOLTS report. Those are not all college jobs, but the employers did say they're going to hire about the same amount as they hired last year in 2024. So that's good news for the graduates.
And what is it that graduates can do? I mean, I think you're always trying to find that foot in the door. I think you're always trying to do anything that can boost your resume. So what are some tricks that they can do in order to improve their chances of landing that big job?
And here's the thing, about 80% of them think they'll get a job in 3 months, which is not unreasonable, but you've got to do something special. Well, I sent out 200 resumes and I've not got a call back. You've got to do something to stand out, because everybody does the same thing. And I tell people what you want to do, and this sounds old school, but you want to show up. And like, well, that takes a lot of time, and it does. But if they have a job opening and only 2 people show up, like, okay, well, I like that person. That's very important. Show up. Don't just send the resume because it's just put in with everybody else. And when you do show up, make sure that you're dressed well for the interview. Maybe you overdress. Maybe you wear a suit and tie or a nice suit for a woman. That's okay. Better be overdressed than underdressed. I know in college, jeans and, shirts and t-shirts, okay. No, for that job interview, you never get that second chance to make that first impression. And social media, networking is important. Use your social media. Let people know that you're looking. Do as much as you can on the social media. But one thing, and I saw this a couple of years ago, I was hiring somebody, and a lot of employers, including myself, I want to look at the social media. I want to see who this person is. Well, this one woman had pictures that, I'll just say, I wouldn't want my mother to see them. Make sure you go through your social media and clean it up. And you may have to go back 2 or 3 years and stuff in college that was fun. But if that employer goes through and sees pictures that aren't so good, that could be a problem. And when you show up to the interview, make sure you know about the company. Do you know the
Right, do your research beforehand. I'm always surprised when people haven't done their research and don't even know where it is that they're actually interviewing at.
Yeah. Like they show up to KUSI, like, so what station are you? Like, know the programming, know who the people are, know who runs it, know that it's on, who owns it. Know this, because you, again, never get that second chance to make that first impression. And what it does, it shows that you really want to work for that company. And be prepared to, I mean, there's people that show up like, oh yeah, I don't have a pen. Show up with a couple of pens, show up with pencils, maybe they need that, show up with your laptop. I mean, be over-prepared, because that's going to make a very good impression. It's going to make you stand out against all the others that show up. And it's tough, I mean, but if you do the right things, employers will notice. And I want to tell people, you can't just do it once. You got to do it multiple times. Just because you do it once, well, that didn't work. Yeah, it may not work, but that 10th time, hey, I got the job.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. Trying to get that first job, that's the toughest one, and then you go from there. Well,
Yeah.
Brent Wilsey, good advice for our recent grads, and of course we congratulate them all on graduating and success on their job journey.
And don't over-expect.
Okay. Very good advice. All right. Thanks for coming in.
You're welcome.